Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your Daily Dose. Yes, you can tell PB is excited. We picked it. We picked it. The probably one of the best monsters in the game. Even on the Chinese server, I'd say, for a little while at least, is this guy right here. Knight. We're just gonna call him Old Mate Nightmare. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. Tauti? Nah, alright, I'm done. Knight over here, Mr. Nightmare is available. Which, I mean, look, everyone knows the goal, right? Do your missions, go to your spring hike, go to your goodies exchange, and then boom, there he is. Is he expensive? He's about 50 bucks. That's the reality. If you want to spend about $50, you should be able to get this guy. But pretty much, I feel like most players are going to have a little bit of a problem. And we're going to talk about that in a second. So, at the same time, it's like, we spend our 9k gold. That's the ritual, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't already know, you spend your 9k gold. Free to play, pay to win, does not matter. 9k gold is mandatory for this event. You grab yourself 45 shards, and that's pretty much it. If you're a free-to-play player, you go down to your goodies exchange, and you pretty much just do your daily tasks, right? So you got your missions each and every single day. Is it worth chasing the bamboo? Is it ever worth chasing the bamboo? I feel like the answer to that is probably not, no. But you're probably going to be doing it anyway. And because I have to do it, so do you. So, I mean, the reality is you're pretty much just going to be blitzing this crap anyway. So, if you don't want to spend a lot of stamina pills, spend your 50 a day. Leave it at that. Spend your 100 a day if you want to spend 100 a day. I mean, if you're doing that, you're probably spending way too much gold. But it is what it is, right? I think most players get around 50 pills a day, thereabouts. Do that, you'll proc your God's Blessing, and voila, there you go. So this is the premium summon ability thingy. It's called Kite, which is about, I think that's 15. So that's 15 shards of Nightmare. And then, of course, moving up in the package, you get the 60, which is about 30 shards. So it gives you a pretty good indicator. So if you need 30 shards and then you got to spend there, for me, it's about 70 bucks. But it's cheaper on GT Arcade's website, so it's more like 50. But they're pretty much, you just need to buy those two packages if you are a light spender. Now, arguably, I would say that these value packages here are better value. And the reality is, though, you're probably still going to be spending around the same amount of money, but you will potentially get some other things that you will use. So you're pretty much going to get the same amount of kites. But the thing is, you're going to get 30 stamina pills, which, I mean, to me, I feel like the gold and the stamina pills alone make this package better value than the God's Blessing. But for those that are just like, hey, it's my ritual PB, I buy God's Blessing every time. Well, you know, you do you. But I think this one right here is probably one of the better ones. And let's be honest, most players that are really, I would say light spenders / dolphins will probably end up buying at least 2 of these gift packs, probably the first and the second one. And that's going to get you in the ballpark figure of around another, I want to say, how many shards is that going to be? Probably another 25 shards. And then from there, you can decide whether or not you want to buy one God's Blessing or you want to buy the bigger package. It really is up to you. Now, the prize pool, nothing really changes. I think the jackpot reward is always going to be this mythic equipment chest. Now, we did get that on Old Mate God of War's account, which is fantastic. But the reality is most players won't get that, but it's just free stuff. I personally think this is the best reward. I reckon this one's the best reward because it gives you the epic selection chest, but that's me personally. And of course, if you do spin the wheel, 110 times, you can then go for, of course, Mr. Nightmare himself, and the rewards are significantly better. And of course, that is just how the game is structured. Now, I would probably say this right now is the best time if you are a spender. And I want to talk about this because PB is holistic. I want to get you the best possible outcome. And sometimes I feel like we all just go a little bit too balls deep in the beginning of the month When in reality, if you decided not to spend on the first two Celebrate festivals of the new generation and you waited for the last festival to appear, so if anyone is curious about it, the rotation goes hero, weapon, beast. Okay? So if you'd waited for the beast to appear before you went balls deepy and you decided to spend the same amount of money, the thing is, and this is probably a little bit wiser. Same amount of money, you have the options to build all three, and potentially make really. I feel like this is where you're gonna make the most gains. Now, a lot of players are gonna be like, oh, but I'm just gonna max out my hero to 5-star, and then I'm just gonna go and max out my weapon. I mean, the reality is nobody maxes out their weapons. Okay, nobody does that. But they just build the base weapon. So my thought process is, if you are going to whale, you might as well just wait for all three to appear before you do go whaling. And it just means that you have more chance to save your cash on other events. That's my opinion. You're probably like, but the progress and all this other stuff. True, very true. But remember, if you don't have the VIP 15 skin, I would probably recommend going for the VIP 15 skin. You know what I mean? Not the VIP 15 skin, the mythic skin. Well, obviously you're going to go for the VIP 15 skin if you're whaling, but at the same time, you could probably just spend $500 and get the mythic outfit, instead of spending, $100, $200 on these events chasing the hero or the weapon or the monster. I reckon maybe just save up a little bit. That's my thought process, because there's a lot more flexibility now, which means that you as a whale are probably like, oh man, but if I only spend like an extra $100, I can then get this guy to 3-star, or I can finally finish this one out. I feel like the game is a little bit of a trap that way. I know that they like to give you little tokens, but now that we know that, essentially speaking, all of the desirable items for Generation 5 are going to be in the Celebrate Festival, including, of course, the bull, then, I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you want to just spend? Another thing that I want to note that went away too, for those that are tracking some of the spending options in the game, that Sky Lantern that would be up here where I'm tapping on the screen, that's a guaranteed way to pretty much finish off your Generation 5 hero for $50. So the game is giving us a lot of options in terms of spending. Would I go balls deep every time a celebration festival comes out? The answer to that is no. Would I wait for all three of the items for the Gen 5 or the Gen 6 to appear and then spend? Yeah, because let's be honest, you could probably get, and I'm just thinking this, you could probably get 200-300 of these things if you really were going to go as deep in that sense. And of course, the best power that you are going to get out of the game is going to be upgrading your monster. Your heroes are lovely, but your monster is where you're going to get the biggest boost, alright? So you are going to get the biggest boost from your monster, just overall, because eventually you'll get the hero shards, and eventually you get the monster shards, but what I'm trying to say is, the monster is probably the better one out of the two. Now, Xiaoyun is the only exception to that. Xiaoyun is the only exception to that one. All the rest of them, not so much. But here we go. Let's go in here. Let's summon some of these ones. We got to do all 80, because why wouldn't we? Let's see if we actually get lucky. We got some epics. Got more epics. More epics. Oh, look. Hey, look. More epics. And more epics. No luck this time. But that's fine, because we needed to finish this one off. So I think you only need 65. We did 80, because why wouldn't we? And then, of course, we got these stupid side quest thingies. Do I have enough? No. Okay. Well, it's fine. I'm just going to get one of these things. Going to reset this thingy. I'm going to blitz it. And we got a chest. It is A-okay. So we'll be able to get the rest of that tomorrow. For those that are the free-to-play players, if you got like 300k gold, like some of the accounts that I see that are free-to-play, probably grab some of these ones just so you can start finishing your Stark Armor off. There's no reason to have 300k gold on this game at all. Like, there literally is no reason. You're pretty good with 100k, just because even if you were waiting for the big events to come around, Chances are they're going to give you like 50k anyway. That's pretty much the rule of thumb. They give you 50k. So yeah, keeping 100k reserved for these sorts of events is fine. You'll eventually just amass the gold anyway. I would recommend buying some of those ones. You can keep a buffer there, of course, because I know a lot of free-to-play players worry about that. But here we go. This is kind of where, how do I say? I mean, at some point, you're going to max these ones out. At some point, I mean, eventually, one day in a long, long time, you will get all these ones to 7-star. But the main focus, I would recommend every single player is getting your beast up to 7-star. Because if you do that, you are going to notice a significant power increase. And of course, Kwang Ji is going to carry you pretty early. Excuse me. And Heaven's Dragon is a great support feature. Honestly, 7-star Cyan Rook is actually really good with the invulnerability shield. Very, very annoying. But the reality is you're probably just going to be running a couple of these for a while. And of course, you can build all of your weapons just for the indexes and synergies. The reality is, we all know it. We all know it. We are going to be buying these things for the little Choi things. To be fair, I probably should have thought about that. Nah, it's fine. I really don't want to. I'm not worried about the Ascension Stones and stuff like that. Doesn't make any difference to me. Just because the game gives so many of them now. Before, I would probably say that that would be a little bit wiser. Now, these ones here, it's a toss-up between whether or not you want to be getting some of these ones. Accessory stones, you need a bucket load of those. You will need a crap ton of advanced crystals as well. And of course, the basic pack isn't too bad if you are looking just to grab the training pills and the beast pills for your monsters. But the reality is, I think out of all of the epic ones, the most valuable is gonna have to be this one here. So I reckon we'll just grab 10 chests, which is 50 of those, and I'll just be getting those throughout the event. Of course, if you do decide to spend some gold on the legendary Star Karmas, you could always pick up some epic Star Karma chests as well, just so that you have some in reserve in case you need it. This is an interesting thing though. They did add this, so you can get 10k of those stupid things. I'm going to buy this and see if it's an actual 10k chest. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but the most frustrating thing in the world is the fact that you can only select 500. And there you go. The answer is no. Apparently, you can only still select 500. Someone put a ticket in, please, and just complain to the development team and say, no, we need a max all button, because that is absolutely fundamentally ridiculous. Nobody has enough time in their life to click that like 30,000 times to get all of the ones out. If you haven't already been doing so, make sure you're doing your incense sticks every single day. I would strongly recommend grabbing these two every single day. There is no other way in the game so far to get them. Do I need any more weapons tokens? No. Should I buy them anyway? Yes, because that's what we do. I think I'm actually building Sun Shi as well. I'm going to grab some Sun Shi shards. I kind of flip-flop a little bit around deciding what I want to get in terms of stuff like that. Of course, every single day, make sure you grab your essence. Very, very important. I would recommend grabbing this one when it pops up as well. Some additional things are very, very nice. Can I grab anything here? I still haven't maxed out my purple ones yet. I'm not too excited about maxing them out, but I will eventually do so. Is there anything that I want to grab there? No, we've already looked at that. I ran out of these basic crystals. I need 75 of them. Kind of annoying. Is there anything else? Anything else? Not really. Not really. Not really. So I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell, but I feel like most players probably just want me to talk a little bit about this guy. So, in general, if it allows me to pull him up, can I pull this guy up? Yes, I can. So old mate Nightmare here, he's interesting. I did go through him on the Beasts and Time Heroes Guide, so I'll try to make this as brief. My opinion of this guy is that he is going to be a holistically very strong opponent, because he can devour an enemy, basically can kill an enemy round one. Now, I don't know if they can be resurrected. I don't know if they can be... of course, the word is resurrected. I don't know if they disappear completely off the field. I don't know if they just die. I don't know where they go. I'm going to test this out. If you do have access to one of these beasts on an account and you want me to do a showcase, I will be happy to play one. But the idea is that essentially this guy goes like Karkadan. He's like the replacement to Karkadan, and he essentially debuffs and buffs your team. He steals attack from the enemy. He mitigates damage, I believe. He also does damage reduction. And he has a chance to devour a enemy target with the lowest HP below 40%. Kills instantly. This is pretty... It's an interesting monster. Instead of doing the stuns of Karkadan, this one essentially takes away... Potentially, I should say, takes away an enemy member off the end of the board. Now, at, I believe, 4-star... and I probably need to go into the actual gallery to see this guy's abilities. So at 4-star, I think that actually increases pretty significantly. Maybe I did need to go into the gallery. Where's the Devourer at level 3? So 4 stars before it gets really expensive for those that don't know. You only need 1 copy every star level until you get to 4-star. Then you need 2 copies until you get to 6. And then you need 3 to actually 7-star. But this one ignores defense, pretty stock standard. 40% chance to inflict cripple, last 1 round. Crippled targets cannot take action. That's pretty powerful. That's a good CC. 70% chance to remove a debuff from the target, or a buff from the target, I should say. Afterwards, removes first from all allies. Increase all allies' damage bonus and damage reduction by 20% for 2 rounds. So this is kind of what most players will be aiming for. So 4-star is pretty good. 50% chance to restore 2 rage to all allies. Very nice. 70% chance to devour the enemy target. 70% chance. I like my odds. I think I like your odds. As long as they're below 40%, they're pretty much a goner. Pretty much a goner. And that's kind of what I was thinking of. It can't be dodged, it cannot be puppeteered, and it cannot use invincibility to prevent it. Almost like Whale Slayer. Essentially like a version of Whale Slayer. Of course, the 40% is interesting. I know it's 7-star. I think it's a little bit higher. 80% should prevent. Yeah, we're below 50%. So, I mean, 80% at 50% HP is pretty significant. But a lot of players won't be getting that one. Would I recommend building this monster? Abso-freaking-lutely. Is he almost on par with Old Mate Fire Deity? I think those two together are just going to be a very, very, very overpowered combination. I would still use Inferno Kwangji as well. The one that I would place would potentially be Heaven's Dragon. Now, you can decide whether or not in Kwangji actually does anything for you. If you find that he really is just falling off in terms of damage and you need a little bit more sustainability, go with Heaven's Dragon. But my opinion would probably be get rid of Heaven's Dragon. I feel like that's going to be the replacement. I know, you let me know in the comment section down below what you think would be better suited. Should you keep the dragon or should you keep the Fire Kitty? It can be very situational as well. I don't know if too many people have enough resources to do it, but if you wanted to start to create a second team, particularly for Warrior Trials, I just feel like Inferno Kwangji is way more useful if you're trying to push this one than Heaven's Dragon for obvious reasons. Let's see if we get absolutely crushed. I did do a quick blitz, which is always interesting. Then to round off the video, we are going to do one more test, and that'll be fun. So, let us see if we can actually survive this. We cannot survive it. No, okay, so I think we got really bad. Yeah, we didn't do very good with our statistics. Look at all that rubbish combination, though. That is absolute trash. Alright, anyway, we probably should just grab these ones out just before I forget to do so. And then we can potentially move over to the next stage of the video. Now, I wanted to address a comment that we did get in the, the comment section of the last video concerning potentially, where is this refinement? Do I have at least one of you? I need to grab one of you. Let us go to Warlord's Clash. No, not Warlord's Clash. Let me go into our Siege first. Let me have a look at my Siege. I've been defeated. Yes, I figured I had been defeated. Who defeated me? Of course, RV Kit defeated me. Oh crap, we can't buy one from here. I want to buy a crystal. I want to buy the crystal. The crystal. Did I grab this one? I think I got this one. So let me track down a crystal potentially. Now I know there are ones in the events. Is there? Can I buy a crystal here? Is it going to cost me a lot? What? 40 freaking things for a crystal? Get out of here, game. That is a ripoff. What about for gold? Can I buy one for gold? I cannot buy one for gold. Interesting. Celebrate festival. Is there any way for me to get a crystal here? Probably not. I probably spent the resources to get it. Okay, so what I need is 40 of these stupid little things. Is there any way for me to get 40 avocados, though? I don't think so. Well, this is going to be awkward. You know what? It's fine. For the sake of science, we shall do this. Now, Star Karma-wise, I have to figure out how we're going to do this, though. Where is my overall stat review? Where's my overall stat review? It would be great if I had an overview. Is there an overview of power up? Let's have a look at this. Train heroes, hero index, level up charms, enhance, refinement, engravements, titles, divine beasts, resources, formations. What I'm trying to look for is something that looks like this. So this is bonus stats, all effective of all deployed heroes. So let's see, and this might be because this is a bit of an odd thing. If this is separate, I would not be surprised. This game is notoriously bad at certain aspects. So at the moment, it looks like I want to test this out. So damage against Wu is at 12.9%. Right, everyone remember 12.9%. So if we go into the Star Karma Index, let's see damage against Wu. Total damage against Wu is at 52.2%. So remember that, 52.2%. All bonuses, Star Karma Restriction bonus. So all bonuses, 52.2%. So what I want to know is, and this is probably a flawed test because like I said, there's no real way to see if we have any damage bonuses. This game is notoriously bad about that. So I'm going to go off the premise here that if I change this out, the 52% is going to go down by 12%. So what we're going to do is we are just going to sacrifice. We're going to sacrifice our thing here. And we are going to go with hopefully something that's decent. Give me something decent. Well, we're already here, so I'm just going to roll the dice again. Attack, no. HP, no. Stop. All right, we're going to go with the shitty HP. So we would have lost a bit of power then. Now, in theory, did the 52% go down? It did not. It did not. So my thought then is that instead of the all bonus overall, it is potential that the bonus only relates to the hero that has the equipped weapon on. If anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, that is what I'm trying to discern, whether or not the actual bonus from the weapon, where is this stupid weapon, actually relates to the character that it is using, or if it is for all of the nations. So as far as I can tell, that would be one way to look at it. Now, I honestly don't know where I have not seen anywhere else where it gives an overview of resistances. So I'm going to have to go with that one. But if you know on the page where you can find a full list of resistances that is not there, I will continue to test. But at this stage, I think that the weapon is only for the individual that gets the bonuses. I do not think it affects anything else, which sucks because I would have assumed that it would have been an overall, but it doesn't look like it is. It could just be the individual that gets the bonuses for that one. Anyway, I think we'll end out the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, make sure you jump into our Discord and the link in the description box below. There will, of course, be options for you to have a chat in our Discord at any stage of the day. We always have active members. Make sure you jump into our comment section as well. I'll see the OGs there. Don't be afraid to say hello on Facebook. But until next time.